I got to tell you, you know, I love Singapore. It's a beautiful city.
Yes.
It's really, really gorgeous. I love the look. Nowhere else in the world you have beautiful gardens, so clean. You know, as they say with Singapore, Singapore is a fine city. You do anything wrong, they fine you.
You know who came up with that, sir?
Who's that?
Your fellow countrymen. When they came in the early 80s,
yes,
we were building our first MRT lines.
Oh, I see.
So we had a lot of Australian engineers, New Zealand engineers.
Oh, I see.
They were the ones that helped to build the MRT line.
Oh, I see.
So, you know, the local colleagues tell them, hey, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you do this, you do that, you get fined. So they came up with Singapore is a fine city.
But it is beautiful. I think Singapore is one of the nicest cities of the world. It's unfortunately it's expensive. You know, hotel is not so cheap. You know, hotel. I staying in small hotel about 110 a night. Okay. It's not cheap. That's a lot of money. You know, Bangkok is so much cheaper. You know,
it is half the price.
Yeah.
And you get full facilities, swimming pool.
Exactly, but
breakfast.
I got to say, Singapore is a beautiful city.
It is also safe, sir.
Very, very safe. Very safe city. It's incredibly safe. It's probably one of the safest cities in the world.
Yes.
And it's a highly developed country. This is I think much more advanced than America or Australia, I think.
But I think because you're comparing a small city-state with the whole of America.
Yeah,
so if you're talking like, you know, maybe in
New York or something.
New York.
Yeah, I see. It's not. Well, but Singapore is a beautiful city. I always love Singapore. I had a choice. I could come to either Singapore, Hong Kong, or Bangkok.
Okay.
And Bangkok ticket was too expensive because Songkran's on and that there.
Oh yes.
So I thought Hong Kong, but Hong Kong I couldn't get the flight I wanted. I thought, hey, come Singapore. Singapore is a beautiful city to come to. It's really quite. I have good memories. You know, I remember many years ago I took my girlfriend here. I remember it's so beautiful. This is a beautiful city. Food is amazing. Hawker markets amazing. You know, night markets. Everything is really quite fantastic. And I really, you know, now with the Marina Bay Sands, that's an amazing hotel.
It is.
So expensive, but $500 a night. Yes. It's a little bit more expensive than I like, but you can go up and have a drink. $25. So expensive, but just do it once. Once in your life, you know. But Singapore is an amazing city. This is so beautiful. It's not dirt like Asia normally is dirty and filthy, you know, very, but Singapore is a really beautiful city. Everything is new, you know, the cars are fairly new, and it have fantastic history. Singapore, you know, it was a British colony before British were here. It was part of Malaysia,
part of Johor actually.
And they got independence in '65, wasn't it?
We had in 65 years.
65, that's when Singapore became Singapore.
Independent, yes.
Before that, it was still Singapore, but it was a part of Malaysia.
It was originally Singapore part of Malaya.
I see.
Then when we split, Malaya became Malaysia because they included East Malaysia, Penang.
Oh, I see.
The reason they split, one of the reasons was if you combine all the Chinese in East Malaysia and Penang, it will be on par with the Malays in Malaysia.
Oh,
and
I see.
Our first Prime Minister wanted a Malaysia.
Oh, I see.
Where there is no preference for any race groups.
Oh, I see. Got you.
When he spoke in Parliament, he spoke in Malay.
Oh,
and his Malay was better than the Malays themselves.
Oh,
so
I see.
They decided, no, this is too dangerous again.
Yes.
We have to kick Singapore out.
I see.
So That was how we got independence.
Yes.
Part of the reason was also because there were racial riots.
Yes.
And they were the Malaysian government, the federal government, they were afraid that it will spill over to Malaysia.
Yes.
So they cut Singapore off. But
Singapore itself, you know, it's really changed. It was quite, in 1965, this country was not so rich.
Singapore was, we were poor.
And it's amazing. The tiger, this Asian tiger has exploded. It's so wealthy now, so wealthy. And so much development. I mean, the skyscrapers in the city, amazing, absolutely amazing. And so many very, very rich people in Singapore. It's an amazing. I really think it's there's some famous Amos. You know Amos Yee. I see him.
He's now
in America. Yes, he was
London.
Complaining. He's a little bit rude, that boy.
Yes.
That boy is very rude, you know.
You ought to get a tight snap.
I think it's good they told him to fuck off, you know. He's not very positive, you know. I mean, I agree. Probably the Prime Minister wasn't perfect. No one is perfect, right? But Singapore has done so well, you know.
But he is too young to know anything about our first Prime Minister. Yeah,
he said so many nasty things. You know, I don't think it's fair, you know.
Yes.
And he got asylum in America.
Yes, he was granted last week.
But I think good to get rid of him. You know, don't come back. Don't come back. That's the answer.
He